And as I continue speaking on Genesis chapter 37, um, relating to my personal life story of being put in the pit into bondage because of a sibling who never liked me until this day. But I have gotten all the revelations spiritually by seeking the Most High. Now, why I'm speaking on these stories that I went through in relations to being in the pits and bondage. Now, of course, it contexts and different ways of thing, but Joseph's story is pretty much like that, being thrown away. And he was a dreamer, and same as I, being thrown away, separated from family because of hate, jealousy, conniving, um, or being naive, or whatever the case may be. Now, I share in this story because it has happened in the past, leading up to even recently. And the more I found out, and the more I speak, and the more I dream, and the more I tell my story, is the more they hate me. I may have been my mother's favorite, and I don't want to brag on that, but they hate me without a cause, and most of it is from one sibling who had molested me as a little girl, physically, and then turn around, grab hold of my underwears, and did things to my underwears, spiritually, spells, witchcraft, because what witchcraft is that, all kind of things to hold me back in the pits. And pits means bondage. Pits are nowhere to go. Pits is like prison. Pits is prison. Pits is pretty much sold to bondage, poverty, destruction. That's what pits means. It doesn't mean better flowers or bed of roses. It means destruction, rape, conspiracy, murder, suicide, mental. That's what pits mean. So relating to this story of Genesis chapters 37, and when I went to church yesterday and speaking about Genesis chapter 37 again, it took me out again by tearing up, by in tears because of what was done to me. Yes, being hurt is one thing. Yes, to forgive is one thing. And another is to sometimes when you remember the things and the trauma that you've been through, it does trigger you to fall in tears again. And every time I read the Joseph story, it reminds me of what I've been through personally, leading up to even recently. So if it wasn't for God saving me all through those pits and bondages and saving my life in order to even come and share my story, to tell you, yes, you've been through bondage. Yes, you've been through pits, but there is a God that you can believe into, that when you keep going to him and keep going to him and he just keep giving you and giving you. And you just say, okay, Father, I remain with you. There's a God that surpasses all the understanding and peace. There's a God, and his name is the Most High, who made the heavens and the earth. I'm sharing with you that to believe in God. Believe in the Most High for your issues. Go to Him in prayer and, of course, fasting. Save your life by going to Him. Go to Him. And, of course, He will give you rest. So who is ever leading will give me, He will give them rest. Go to Him and get saved. Go to Him and ask for deliverance. Go to Him and pray that He will take you out of the pits. I'm not sharing just a story just because, oh, I've been through it and blah, blah, blah. And no, I'm sharing my story because God said so. And that's why, and He saved my life to come and share it. Just like Nelson Mandela, he was free from the pits, was in prison for how long? And he came and shared his story, and now he's gone. Right? Just like Shine, right? Saved from the pits, the prison life, and the bad, what's it called, them type of lifestyle. Entertainment lifestyle not easy, Huh? It's dangerous. The world is dangerous. Okay? Shine was saved. God saved him. Okay, whether he believed in God or not, God saved him. 50 Cent is another one. 50 Cent is another man that was saved from how many shots he has gotten. I will never forget the day when my mother and I was watching 50 Cent. Was it The Irish? I don't remember the movie again, but the first movie that 50 Cent had released, my mother literally was in tears, or she was like, so God was here. Like she was worried. And he was saved. 50 Cent was saved from all that accident, the attempted murder, basically. God saved him, and he came and come and tell his story. So from prison to almost getting dead and so forth, and all those other things that he went in life through, God saved him, and God rest my mother's soul that really did like 50 Cent. Yeah, she did like him. And yeah, when he first came, I think when I first saw that movie, 50 Cent, that was, I think it was, well, 3 times. I think it was 3 times. One, I think my friends that took me out, and at that time my boyfriend was, it was a creep. Uh, he took me out the first time, I think it was for a birthday. Uh-huh. And then when I saw it 2 times afterwards. Yeah, I say in personal testimony, Genesis 37, right? And it was God that saved 50 Cent. God saved Shine, Nelson Mandela, and all the others that has come before me. All right? That was before me. Ancestors and everyone else, and those are still living. The Most High saved them to come and share the story that if Most High saved them, the Most High can save you too from all the issues that you are going through recently, historically, and currently. Okay, because you have people that's going through abuse and they don't want to talk about it. And I find that a lot of black men are going through abuse and they don't want to talk about it. I find so. Women, of course, we have women, but there's a lot more resources for women. There is now starting to get resources for men to help them, but not as much as females. You see? So a lot of men been going through thing, and I'm honestly just sorry to say, not even sorry to say, is the man them that has helped me over the years, has helped me by bringing me back to the Lord, by helping me out, everything. Because as I said, I was a Rasta, and still is in the heart, And Haile Selassie did say to worship the Most High. Because you see, Ethiopians are really peaceful people, They're really peaceful, and they like to, be sure of surety. Hmm. So definitely, you have your story of the things that you have been through can only relate to people of that who have going through that trauma or been through that trauma or going through that current trauma right now leading up to recently. And the last month in of December, I got a next confirmation. That's exactly, well, actually, I already got the confirmation that God already said that to me. That's what they were doing to me in the spiritual realms with the underwears and all of these things. And I got the confirmation, same exactly thing that came to me was the prior warrior prophet that came to me and told me the exact same thing that already came to me already. That's how you know that you are praying and you're seeking God for direction and helping and for help to say that was this was an attack. So you see, I was both physically attacked, spiritually attacked by obviously a sibling. And once when those things are open into your life, portals are open into your life, it causes others to come and do the same thing. And they even say, I remember I have my African friends that are always saying, when you're destined for greatness, you're always going to get those attacks. Greatness. You see? Look again, we're going back to Shine Now. Shine Now is a big time leader of Belize of a country, like Joseph, how he became the leader of a country. You see? Similarities. 50 Cent. Now 50 Cent left now is just to own just to own states. you know? And even though he's a bad of pettiness, you need to stop now, 50, you need to stop that. But but the man is like a mighty man. But 50 Cent's like a mighty man where, money is power. He's up there. He's a leader, right? It's because of what he'd been through out of bondage, favor from God. He didn't just come out of that just because of bandula or whatever. Has to be God. Mm? So these are examples to show you that God saves people. Has to be God because God is love, right? Even when they don't come out to serve God, God still come and save them out of the bondage. But for me now, I'm saved out of the bondage and I'm coming to serve God and stay with God. I don't know about others, but going on to the story now with Genesis 37 and onwards, when he was put into the pits, Joseph was cast in the pits and sold to the Ishmaelites and all of these things. Later on in his life, as the years go by, he became also a leader because of the favor of God. He was also cast into prison again because of his lying of the whosoever at that time ruler at that time woman was after him, and she went and told lies on him and all kind of things, and all the shenanigans. You see, so it is a long story as we as people that walk the earth, and I find that most of the time it's people of color. Okay, and since it's Black History Month, we have to honor her the ones that have paved the way. Like I said before, those have paved the way, ancestors, the elders that have come before, and those are still living. We still honor them, right? Again, it has to be God, the Most High, that had led them to come and do what they have to do, whether they were in a part of what you call it, conspiracy, confederacy, Illuminati, whatever. It was led. They were led. And a lot of us is coming from generations of those things where we our ancestors has done things in the past and all those things, and it trickle downs to our generation, after generation after generation, and the things like that. And you wonder certain bad things. Now we go when now I coming from being cast into pits. Now I have to deal with generational curses. So the pits that I'm coming from was sibling putting me in there, going putting me through all that things when my underwears, working rich guy, going wasting all her money, and for what? Touch not the Lord's anointing, do your prophets no harm, right? And then have to deal with, on top of that, generational curses of bondage because of what forefathers or ancestors have done in the past. Because a lot of them were into other things, gods or whatever the case would be, and things like that. So it's a long story, right? And things trickle down. Now Joseph did have coming from from generations of some broken home, but of course of Abraham being of Abraham having been blessed and being blessed and having, was it many sons? Father Abraham had many, like the old time songs. Again, we'll go back to old time songs. So speaking to others, like say example, speaking to one of our fellow brethren, right, who have actually a couple of them have come from a good home of, example, both parents are to their children, to siblings, both parents, and they have children, their offsprings are from them. So all their siblings, and they live together, grow together, and everything like that. My situation was different. Now, you speaking about coming from a broken home, and I'm not saying that people that grow together I'm born from the same parents, from the same two parents, they don't have problem too in their house. Of course they do. Of course they do. But I don't find it as much as people that are come from a broken home, single parented, or no parents at all. Okay. Again, go out there and get this book on Amazon, The Girl Beyond Spiritual. Now, and see how, what's his name, Joseph was coming from thinking, but his brethren were also from different mothers, Rachel and Leah, right? And the brothers them didn't like him. Huh? Okay. Same with for mine. I'm from one mother, but different fathers. Okay? We're all different fathers, but one mother. Okay? So that's why I keep on saying and emphasizing my life is similar to um similar to Joseph, right? So definitely look into that and see their similarities. So when I'm speaking to the persons that are from the same parented home, both parent home, like you call it unit home, like a family home, comparing to me now, non-family home, you have siblings go back and forth, come back, things like that, with a mom that, going through her stress and traumas and dealing with her stuff and can be abusive. Okay. And we get traumatized and we get, things like that. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Right. So definitely it is not, it can't relate to people that goes to live at the same house under the same roof with the same siblings that is born from the same two parents and so forth. They go through, and some of them, as I said, some of them do go through abuse. Don't get me wrong. They do. They do. But at the end of the day, they will have, like, say, siblings to go back and rely on, or whatever case is. Not me. Not me. Just like saying, people may wish you well. Don't believe them. Okay? Don't believe them. Because they don't wish you well. Right? So you have to speak to people that can relate to what you have experienced and the life traumas that you've been through and so forth, and up in the past to current to recent or whatever the case may be. Now speaking to people that are already growing up from a family home, they won't understand. They don't understand, and I keep hearing that from them when I speak to them about my situation and what I've been through. Oh, so you still talk to so and so, and oh, you still. What did you just not hear? What I said, that what I've been through currently. You know things like that. So definitely, um, people don't. You can't. This is my story is for people that can relate to me. I relate to people who have been through things too, because I'm willing to hear what people has been through. I'm willing to hear what they have gone through. I'm willing to hear people's traumas. Yes, it can be traumatizing for me because I can be breaking down. I'm like, oh, things like that. Because not everyone can handle traumas. Not everyone can handle. I remember even bucking up into one of the influencers the on the social media, and they were talking about um survival mode or something, like certain people, they grew up in the same family home or whatever the case would be, perfectly, go to school, this, that, whatever the case is, and when chaos comes their way, they won't be able to handle it. But people that has grown from the streets, like for myself, from the streets, from the broken home, no matter how my mom was strict or whatever the case would be, it was still a broken home. It was just covered. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know how to deal with traumas because all along I dealt with traumas. See somebody stop up in front of me, see somebody almost kill out themselves, see somebody, things like that. Like I've been through traumas, and sometimes therapy don't. Yeah, I can help, but I don't want to go take a God alone to help you with the traumas. People who have been through rape. You have people in jails right now going through rape. Okay. You have people that is going through abuse in their homes, rape, all kind of things in their house this moment. And you know what? I can relate to them because I've been through that. Huh? You have people that went through all those things and still end up doing it to people. Been there. So you have to catch yourself and say, wait. I don't want to be like the same thing what I've been through. Right? So everything is showing uh in relation. So I don't want to be talking to people that cannot relate to me. I want to deal with people that can relate to me, right? People that have dealt with uh, murderation, suicidals, losing people to things, having like things like that. I want to deal with people that have been through things. Okay. And sometimes it's not easy to deal with people who went through things because they're traumatized. It turns sometimes they're gone, like mentally gone, and it's hard for them to come back. They deal with it in different ways. They go by addictions, drugs, sex, things like that, and everything. It leads to things. Traumas is heavy. Okay, right? You have some people just said, okay, how they deal with their trauma. How do they go deal with their everyday life and stress and anxiety? How do they deal with it? Like myself, prayer, walks, things like that. Keep it up with. It's just how to deal with it. Okay? Go ahead and get the book.